I welcome you all to the second day of this international conference. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, we have the pleasant task of welcoming our guests of the day. So first of all, I'd like to request Dr. B.S. Bedi to present flowers to Dr. Sachin Kumar. A big round of applause, please. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dr. Sachin Kumar, who is the Deputy Director and Scientist at Sardar Swaran Singh National Institute of Bioenergy, Kapurthala. We are really thankful to you, sir, for having spared your valuable time coming to the campus of City Group of Institutions. Now, I'd like to request Dr. Flora to please present flowers to Dr. B. Patnaik, Director CEC. A big round of applause for sir. We are really thankful to you, sir, for having spared your valuable time. I'd like to request Dr. Manju Bala to please present flowers to Dr. Harleen Flora, Director of Operations, the Knowledge Academy. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for ma'am. I'd like to request Mr. Nadeep Hind to please present flowers to Ms. Tammy Morgan, who is the Business Improvement Manager at the Knowledge Academy. Thank you very much, ma'am, for accepting my invitation coming to the campus of CD Group of Institutions. We can give a bigger round of applause, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any further time, the main event of the day, we'll be having three plenary sessions, commencing with Dr. Sachin Kumar, who would be the first plenary speaker of the day, distinguished plenary speaker of the day, a very young scientist, and I was just going through sir's resume, which was given to me for introduction to all of you, and I was really astonished that at a very young age, sir has accomplished some of the best tasks that a scientist could do in his lifetime. So at a very young age, Dr. Sachin Kumar has been able to achieve the kind of achievements which people don't do in a lifetime. Allow me to introduce sir to all of you. Dr. Sachin Kumar has been working as a Deputy Director in the Biochemical Conversion Division at Sardar Swaran Singh National Institute of Bioenergy, Kapurthala. Dr. Sachin Kumar completed his PhD in Chemical Engineering from the prestigious IIT Roorkee. During his career at SSS-NIBE, he has developed the state-of-the-art laboratory facilities for biochemical conversion of biomass to biofuels. He has completed 3 research projects and 1 consultancy project and actively engaged in 2 ongoing research projects. I've been told that he had done a 100 crore project with the Indo-Brazil collaboration. So big round of applause for sir. Dr. Sachin has published more than 43 papers in peer-reviewed journals, book chapters and papers, conference proceedings, 7 edited books. He has been granted 1 US patent and 1 filed patent in India. He has deposited some novel microorganisms in cultural bank and their partial sequence in gene bank. He has delivered about 13 invited plenary lectures and read more than 60 papers in national and international conferences. What an achievement! He is a recipient of 2016 ASM IUSSTF Indo-US Research Professorship and selected as Bioenergy Award for Cutting Edge Research Fellow 2016 by DPT and IUSSTF. He's also a recipient of Bharati Jyoti Award along with Certificate of Excellence for contributing in R&D by Indian International Fellowship Society and chaired technical sessions in national and international conferences. His advisee has received the Best Speaker Award in international conferences. He has coordinated 3 national and 2 international conferences and 4 national training programs. I request sir to please occupy a stage and deliver the plenary talk. Sir, over to you, please. Put your hands together for sir, Dr. Sachin.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful introduction. And I'm very much delighted to be here in front of you and respecting all the dignitaries, students, faculties, and participants. And I'm very much thankful to the organizing committee of this international conference. Actually, we are working for the society. The purpose or whatever, even in the research or maybe in the teaching or academic, we only think for the society. In the academics, you are generating the young generation with a great mind, and we are providing some technical support to the society so that our society can evolve or can achieve, can do the innovative things for the mankind. So in that way, we are working for the sustainable energy development, or any country depends on the energy, and the consumption of energy shows its development for any country. So in this direction, we are doing some work for the biofuels development using the waste, whatever we generate, or we have, or we even in the Punjab, the farmers, what they will do, they burn their residues which are waste for them in the farms. So it creates not only the pollution, we lose, we lost the material which we can convert into the useful products. So in that direction, we are doing some biochemical conversion for lignocellulosic biomass to the useful products, whether they may be the biofuels or some other added products. So when we talk about a technology or a process, first we think over the sustainability of the process. So what are the factors to make a process sustainable? First we think over the feedstock or the raw material which we require for any process, the availability throughout the year or the cost of that raw material feedstock, so that we can use it for our process. The second one is the environment. Whatever the process we are doing, what is the impact of that technology or process on the environment? Next is the societal. What will be the impact of the on the society? Whether the society or the people will get benefited or not, in terms of employment, in terms of end users. So that thing we consider. The next is the economy. Whatever process we think about the economy. What will be the cost of the end product? So if any biomass or lignocellulosic biomass we use for this process, if we produce only biofuels, then this process will not be the economically viable. So what we did, like a refinery, what happens in the refinery, we extract as many as products from the crude oil. So it makes the refinery. In the similar way, if we use the lignocellulosic biomass in a biorefinery way, it means first we extract the biofuels, and whatever residue is there, we can use that for some other products. So that will be the value added products. Okay. So come to the biofuels. What are the biofuels? Biofuels which are derived from the biological carbon fixation. So what is the biological carbon fixation? Everybody knows. The plant grows, trees, all these are the through the carbon fixation. So whatever material we will get from these plants, trees, or living cellulosic waste, we will utilize for the production of fuels. So that will be called the biofuels. Like conventional fuels, we can divide them liquid gases and solid fuels. So in the liquid biofuels, there are mainly bioethanol, biobutanol, biodiesel. Bioethanol and butanol, these are generally blended with the gasoline. So we can use in the it will be called the gasohol and gasobutanol. And biodiesel can be blended with the diesel. So we can use in the heavy vehicles. And gaseous fuels are the biogas, biohydrogen, producer gases. So there are several processes which I will discuss in the next slide. And solid fuels, they are the actually some loose biomass is available which we can't use directly. If we use them directly, we will not get the efficient energy from them. So what we do, we compress it. So we increase the density through the briquetting, pelleting, and wood biomass itself the densified. So we can use them directly. Now we see the what is the contribution of different energies in the global energy utilization. If we see the first circle, there is a large amount of fossil fuels are being used as the energy source. So there is 78% and 3% for the nuclear energy and only 19% for the renewables. And in the next circle, there is a fraction of 19%. So we can see the biofuels and traditional renewables. For the biofuels, there is only 4.2% fraction. So overall, less than 1% of the contribution of biofuels in the overall energy utilization. So that we have to increase so that we actually in India mostly that crude oil is imported. So that dependence will decrease if we generate our biofuels and these type of energy sources. Now come to the categories of biofuels. Based on the feedstocks, we can categorize them like first generation biofuels. So mainly raw material for these biofuels are the food and crop residues. Sorry, not crop residues. Food materials like corn, wheat will be there, wheat sugar, sugarcane juice. All these can be utilized because they are the direct sugars that can be converted into the ethanol or butanol. And biodiesel. Biodiesel is produced from the non-edible oils. So that comes under the first generation biofuel. So there were some issues because all first generation feedstocks are the food material. So if we use actually Indian population is very high. If we use the food material, there will be the crisis for the food and price will high. So we can't use the food material for biofuel purpose. So we thought of the second generation biofuels where we can utilize the waste material. Waste material that may be the crop residue, that may be the forestry residue, that may be the industrial effluent, municipal solid waste that we can utilize for our purpose. Now again there was the issue of land. Some people thought we should grow the energy crops. So, but we don't have that much of land. We can grow the energy crops. For that, third generation biofuels can because 2/3 of the that earth is covered by the water. Algae or seaweeds or that can also be used for the biofuels and other value-added products. So that is categorized in the third generation biofuel. Now come to the different conversion tools where we can utilize our biomass to different biofuels. So in the first row, okay, how I can point out? Is there any pointer? Okay, no problem. So you can see there is a biochemical process where actually biomass is a very complex material which consists many polymers. Polymers may be cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin. When we see if any tree which is self-sustainable, that is laying independently, why it is independently standing? Because there are some material which gives the stand to that. What are them? There are many lignin compounds which give to the stand to tree or any crop or any plant. Right? So we require different processes to get that utilize or get them digest. So there are different steps like pre-treatment, enzymatic hydrolysis, and then fermentation, and we can get the fuels, the liquid like bioethanol, biomethanol, biohydrogen. Apart from that, whatever residue is available through some other process or any thermochemical process, we can use them for the bio production, power generation. There are some different processes like anaerobic digestion. That is a totally microbial process where different variety of microbes or bacteria they get them digest the biomass and produce the biogas, and that biogas can be purified into the synthetic natural gas. Further, that methane can also be used to produce some other platform chemicals. And another process is the thermochemical process, where there are different processes like gasification, pyrolysis, and hydrothermal liquefaction. In gasification, we can produce the syngas. That syngas can be utilized. There are different processes for that. Through fermentation, we can produce ethanol also, and through some catalytic synthesis, we can produce the Fischer-Tropsch diesel, dimethyl ether. We can produce the methanol. We can produce the methane also. And through pyrolysis, in pyrolysis, that is the in absence of oxygen, we give the high temperature and can get the bio oil. And through hydro treatment and refining, we can produce hydrocarbons. That will be the diesel, equivalent to diesel. Another process is the hydrothermal liquefaction, where we use the water. Actually, the algae, which contains the water content, if we go for the dry, that will be the cost. It will consume the cost, will have some cost. So what we do? We do the hydrothermal treatment where there is no need to get them dry, and directly we can get the bio. Right. So based on our application, we choose the process. Whether it may be biochemical process, it may be the thermochemical process. Now this is the biorefinery concept, where apart from the biofuels, we can produce some other platform chemicals that have their different applications. So we can see here, we can produce the heat, we can produce electricity, hydrogen, diesel fuel, jet fuel, methanol, dimethyl ether, ethanol, butanol, and lactic acid, levulinic acid, phosphorus, HMR, dimethyl phosphorus, and some phenolics and resins. We have the process for utilization of cellulose and hemicellulose that can get fermented for a product. But lignin is the aromatic compound and very compact. Utilization of that lignin is very difficult task. But they have the group. If we could separate that, then we can produce some value-added product. So you can see here, from the lignin we can produce the vanillin, which is the flavoring agent, chemicals and pharmaceutical precursors, we can use like that. There is a glycol, that is the smoke flavor and can be used as a pharmaceutical precursor. There are a lot of pharma people, so they can understand better. There is syringaldehyde, that is also pharmaceutical precursors and can be used in the hair and fiber dye. Syringol, that is also a smoke flavor and can be used as a natural meat preservative. Now come to the bioethanol. So you can see here the production of world pure ethanol. So the largest producer of ethanol are Brazil and USA. Europe, China, Canada are last producers, but you can see here in the graph, India doesn't exist because the production is very low. Actually, in India, first generation bioethanol is produced. That the main raw material for the ethanol production is the molasses. Molasses is the byproduct of sugar mills. After extracting the sugar, whatever byproduct that can be utilized for the ethanol through the distilleries. So there is limitation over here. Whatever sugar mills will give the molasses, that only can utilize for the production. In that production also, there are different applications. Like about 40% goes to the liquor, 40% goes to the chemical industries, and only 20% can be used for the biofuel certification. So when we have ethanol, we can make a plant with the gasoline. So these are the some popular common plants. If there is a 5% anhydrous ethanol in the water or sorry gasoline, then we will call it the E5. Likewise, if there is 10% ethanol, ethane, E15, E25. Up to E25, there is no need to modify engines. We can run this fuel with the regular motor vehicles. If we go beyond that, then we require some modifications. And there are two other mixtures, E85 and E100. So if we are blending 85% ethanol, that is the more environment friendly because there is only 15% gasoline, and for that we need the improved or modified engines. So these type of blend is being used in the USA. And the last one is the E100. E100, there is no gasoline over there. Only 5% water. If we see from a point of view of production or fuel production, after fermentation, whatever broth we have, we go to the distillation. In the first step, we get 95% ethanol, 95% pure ethanol. That is also called the isotropic mixture. If we want to go beyond that, we require another step. That may be the azeotropic distillation, that may be the some solvent extraction, right? So that will add another cost for the second step. But here, E100, it is itself a 95% ethanol. So after first distillation, we can get this mixture. So it will be more economical. That is being used in the flat cars in Brazil. They are developed a car which can run on this E100. If we could do like that, I think somewhere in the news I heard that India is also planning like flat car. So if it comes in the market, then it will be more economical. These are some plant programs all around global. So we can see a E52, E10, E15, somewhere E25, E24, like that programs are going on. But in India, we are using E5. Still, in fact, in 2014, that fuel ethanol was not sufficient to make E5 plant. So, only overall 2% ethanol could be blended, whatever gasoline we consume throughout the year. So, there is a shortage of fuel ethanol in India. Our government is planning to enhance it, even in the biofuel policy. They have mentioned that by 2017 we will start the blending of 20%. But the present scenario doesn't allow to make that blend. So for that, we go to the second generation or third generation biofuel. Recently, one industry or 2G, second generation based or lignocellulosic based bioethanol production industry and it will be installed with IGL Kashipur with the support of DBT and Bayer. That is the first 2G commercial scale plant in India. So we need more plants like that so we can contribute for making this plan or this program successful. If we see the plan, ethanol plan, what are the advantages or what impact is going on the environment? So if we see in the exhaust gases, there was the emission of carbon monoxide because decreased by 32%, hydrocarbon emission was decreased by 12%, and some toxic emissions like butadiene, benzene, chlorine, xylene, all these create the problem or pollute the environment. So we could reduce them using the heat and gas. And by that, there was a decrease in carcinogenic risk by 24%. Earlier I talked about the sustainability. So if we talk about the environmental issue for a process, if we are adding some pollutant or greenhouse gases, so that will not make the sustainability of the process. So we thought or we that biofuel or lignocellulosic biofuel is a carbon neutral process. How it is carbon neutral? The plants or trees grow through the photosynthesis where they consume the 6 moles of CO2, 6 moles of water, and they produce glucose unit, 1 mole of glucose. Through combination of 1 mole glucose, we can produce the 2 moles of ethanol and 2 moles of CO2. And when we use that ethanol in our engines, through combustion, that will produce the 4 moles of CO2. So total CO2 will be the 6 moles. Through photosynthesis, we are consuming 6 moles of CO2, and through utilization, we are releasing 6 moles of CO2. So the net release of CO2 will be the 0. So we can say it is a carbon neutral process. So this is the graph for the agricultural waste crop residue globally. In Africa or mainly in Asia, we can see a large amount of rice stock and stock is there. This is the status of crop residue in India. So you can see here there was a generation of 500 metric ton, million metric tons of crop residue production, and after the different applications, there was a surplus amount of biomass available, that was 140 million metric ton. That we can utilize for biofuel production. Now come to the process. So as earlier, in the earlier slide, there were different steps involved in the process. That will be the pre-treatment, enzymatic or acidic hydrolysis. That hydrolysis you can use for the fermentation. After fermentation and to recovery, you can get the fuel. So you will see that is a very simple process. You can do like this, but there are some technical challenges. There are some technical issues which prevent to adopt this technology. So what are those? There are different components like lignin cellulose, hemicellulose. These are compactly bound with the esters, some acetates, some other compounds, which prevent them to utilize or to get them converted into the our product. For that, we require the pre-treatment. If we talk about the cellulose and hemicellulose, cellulose is the polymer of glucose units, or we can say C6 sugar. That is the cellulose. If we talk about the hemicellulose, that is not a polymer of single sugar, right? That contains the variety of sugars. That is the glucose, that is the C6 sugars. Mannose, galactose, they are also C6 sugars. But there are some C5 sugars also there, like xylose, arabinose. These are hard to utilize. There are very few microbes which we can utilize for the fermentation. I think I will go through part because there is some time constraint. So in the pre-treatment, we use different methods like physical, chemical, biological combined. So physical is almost required for all the feedstock because through physical treatment we can increase the surface area. For any reaction, we increase the surface area, then we do the higher contact and we can get them converted. And some chemical and biological treatment, they what they do, they using the biomass, they break some bonds, some hydrogen bonds there, some ester bonds there, right? So when we apply the enzyme, there will be the substrate and enzyme complex, and the conversion rate will be high. Okay. So there are some in the hydrolysis part. We can use the acid, we can use the enzyme. In the acid hydrolysis, there are different processes like dilute acid, where we can use H2SO4. Generally, H2SO4 if the advantage is over HCl, nitric acid, or phosphoric acid. So we use sulfuric acid. If it is 3%, we acid hydrolysis with more than 3% that concentrated. So people have worked on that and optimized it for hydrolyzing the polymers. Another is the enzymatic process where either we use the directly microorganism or first these enzymes. What are those enzymes? Cellulase, hemicellulase, or we can categorize them cellulase is not the single enzyme, that is also a mixture of enzymes. Likewise, hemicellulase is also mixture of different enzymes. So again, there are some limitations for enzymatic process. We require a pre-treatment, and that cellulose found in the biomass, and that is the crystalline in nature. So we can release the crystallinity through the pre-treatment process. So now come to the fermentation. The most popular microorganism which is yeast, that is called the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. That is generally used in the fermentation. In India or throughout the world, in the distilleries, only that Saccharomyces is being used. But the limitation with the Saccharomyces is it can't utilize C5 sugar, which is the second largest portion in any lignocellulosic pharma. That varies from 15 to 30%. So there are some bacteria, E. coli, Klebsiella, Xanthomonas, and some yeast Saccharomyces. That Pachysolan, Candida, Fictia, and Fluoromyces. These are they can utilize C5 sugar. But again, there are some limitations with them, like slow utilization rate, low yield. So that affects the economy of the process. Now, if we do these steps separately, so it will consume the time. So we can combine them. Give me 5 minutes. I will summarize. So we do enzyme production separately, enzyme hydrolysis separately, then fermentation separately. If we combine the production and hydrolysis, we call it microbial hydrolysis. Or we combine the fermentation and hydrolysis, which is called SSF, simultaneous aggregation fermentation. Another approach where we can do all the things in a single reactor, that will be consolidated bioprocessing, where the single microbe will produce the enzyme, hydrolyze the polymer, and utilize for the ethanol production. So these are some metabolic pathways. Why C5 sugar is having the problem? Because there are two pathways which are found. The first one found in the mostly yeast, second in the bacteria. So there are some enzymes which are responsible for utilization of C5 sugar. They are lacking in the microbe. That's why they can't utilize them. But some microbes having that enzyme, so they can easily utilize. But again, in the previous this pathway, we can see there are some other enzymes which also take part in utilization of those sugars to ethanol, mainly alpha dehydrogenase. So that should also be efficient to produce the ethanol. So for that, we need some modifications in the microbes. To get any microbe for the CDP of consolidated bioprocessing, we need to modify the modification. So where any microbe can be modified for the enzyme production if they are already ethanol producing. If any microbe which is already enzyme producing can modify for the ethanol production. If any microbe like E. coli doesn't produce ethanol, but it can utilize the xylose, right? So we can modify it for the ethanol production. So in that manner, but how? Yeah, E. coli doesn't produce the enzymes, so we can modify it for the enzyme production as well as for the ethanol production. So in that manner, we can develop those systems. Now, what we are doing at our institute, we isolated some thermotolerant yeast. That is the chloromyces. What is the beauty of that strain? That can utilize both the sugars, C5 and C6 sugars. Right. Again, there are some limitations, like the utilization rate for C5 sugars is low, but it is better for the C6 sugars. So we are doing some genetic modification where we can develop that strain for the efficient utilization. So we optimize some physical parameters for that. Right. This is the graph for the glucose utilization. So there is a yield of 48%. Now we modified them through some adaptation tagging for xylose utilization, and we tested some transporters and xylose utilization activity. Now this strain also produces xylitol from the xylose, that is the relevant part. Okay, we use the paddy straw as the feedstock for ethanol production. There we could achieve around 230 liters per kg of paddy straw ethanol production. We also developed some thermophilic consortium that can utilize the paddy straw for biogas production. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So we utilize the consortia production. Okay, we use some glass, we use some water icing for biogas production. Okay, so that's it. We look forward for the 4 F's, that is the food, feed, fiber, and food. That is the necessity of any mankind. Thank you very much. Anyone have any query?
Dr. Sachin, actually there is a lot of, as you mentioned earlier, like there's a lot of straw burning, right? Straw is a very rich source of cellulose, correct?
Yeah.
Can't we, that straw can be utilized for extracting glucose?
Yes.
Has it been done earlier or not?
No, actually, glucose utilization, nowadays, people are producing glucose from a corn. Starch based feedstock.
No,
Right.
my question is because they're wasting it, right? They're wasting the straw. So
Yeah.
my question is, if glucose can be extracted from it, can be rich source of glucose from that.
No, it's like we can produce the glucose, but when we do the process, the concentration of glucose is very low in the water or whatever hydrolyzate or the effluent or the solution will have the less amount of glucose. If we recover that, that cost will be very high.
So it's not cost effective.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If we convert that glucose into the ethanol, then recovery of ethanol will be easier than the glucose.
Thank you, Dr. Sachin. There was order by the Government of India in 1998, and Indian government started blending ethanol. 10% ethanol was started with blending with petrol as well as in the diesel also. But what I remember at that time, lots of problems were there with the engines of two-wheelers as well as four-wheelers also. And typically it is 10% blending. I think there is some technical fault in blending, and we could not increase the ratio of the ethanol in these petrol or diesel. Another thing is in 2003 or 4, Government of India introduced the jatropha as a biofuel material, and some uh, fuel stations were also installed. I remember in Selapuri near Dehradun and in Halwani also.
Yeah.
So two petrol stations were started purely based on the biofuels, and that was also not successful. So what are the reasons? What is the technical problem in this?
For the first question, that when we blend the ethanol, that should be the anhydrous. 99.99% pure ethanol. Otherwise, what happens? That blend will get separated. Ethanol will be separated and gasoline will get separated. So, when in the combustion, that will create the problem. If I remember correctly, that first program was started in 2006. The mandate was given to the 9 states throughout the country. And in 2009, it was compulsory for all the states and UTs with a 5% blend mandate. But due to the shortage of supply, that mandate could also not be successful or could not be followed. So the data which I told in 2014, only 2% blend was reported due to shortage of the thing. And in the second question, that biodiesel, there is a lot of process available, lot of catalyst available, which make the process, that biodiesel production process, economical or easier or productive. But we don't have the oil which we can use for the biodiesel production. And Jatropha program also get failed because it was promoted that it doesn't require the water, it doesn't require the fertilizer, but that is not the case. The government started growing the Jatropha near to some irid area, right? But that was not successful. And edible oil we can't use because already the cost of edible oil is very high. Mustard oil, that is more than 70 or 80 rupees a
Sir,
liter.
there is only not the cost but the demand and supply forces, sir. If we use the maize for the production of the biofuel, that will lead to the demand for increase only because of the we use the maize for the production of biofuel. But on the other hand, the biofuel, the maize is also used for the that is a basic food. Like in the case of Mexico, there is a market failure only because of they use the USA. They use the major of the maize production of the Mexico for the production of the biofuel, and due to that there is increase in the prices.
Yes.
And that is also caused because their basic food is the maize, and the prices were very high during that period of time. And they think that there are certain reasons why we cannot use the biofuels because these are the some necessities and the basic foods.
Yeah, right. In USA earlier, the total or most of the ethanol was produced from the corn. That's why the food and fuel debate comes into the picture, right? Now the US also shifting from the first generation of corn feedstock to second generation, but not even nowadays they are producing from the corn because till date no commercial plant is getting successful because cost is very high due to this complicated process.
I heard a report actually which says that algae was used for the byproduct, biofuels. One of the companies, I believe it was Joule Technologies, they started this work.
Yes, in India, that I think Reliance is getting, they are doing a lot of work for the algal production and utilization of biofuel. Because algae having a lot of components like proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, uh, there are some other components which having their different applications. So algal biorefineries we can use to harvest them or harness all the material for useful products, including the biofuel.
That is a good source of energy and you can use it for the fuel and all. But my question is that if it is so much important, why is not government coming forward or the transport and the conservation for buying it from the farmers? If there is some kind of a policy that they come forward and buy the leftover stock and they motivate the farmers because Punjab or India is a land full of agricultural land. We can have plants, we can do farming of that. Government can buy it and come forward. So why is government not playing that role which they should? If they are for buying it, no farmer will be burning the straw in the field.
Yeah, government is drafting a policy of that. If there is no industry, why government will buy that material? First, they are doing in that direction so that a lot of companies will come and they will install their plants in that direction. But the main problem is the cost. Again, there is a cost because I showed you the different stuff which involve very high cost. And another problem is the energy content in the ethanol is about 60 to 65% of the ethanol. Okay, sorry, of gasoline. Yeah. So again, from the first generation ethanol, the government has set the ethanol cost around 48 rupees a liter. But if we talk about the second generation ethanol, that cost was very high.
These kind of policies will be there, then only we can see the culture of learning the leftover straw for utilizing.
Yes, government has to take initiative, or they can give the subsidy. They can promote the industrialists or stakeholders to install their plants. Even for the stakeholders, they can give them some subsidy. They can support them financially through loans or some incentives. So that should come.
Nowadays, we know the petrol prices are hiking nowadays. So we are using these types of fuel. Are they not more efficient moving the fuel? What is the efficiency of this fuel? So that we can use it in our daily lives.
Oh, actually, crude oil prices are fluctuating every day. Or you can see sometimes the crude oil prices goes down, sometimes up. So that is the fluctuating. And I think more than 100% there are taxes involved in that prices, if I am not wrong. So that is also a factor. For the biofuels, the government should start without any taxes. Then it can compete with the conditions of gasoline.
What is the efficiency of the fuel? Why we make them, for example, the yellow grade.
Yeah, that is around 65% of gasoline. That ethanol energy value is 65%. No, 65% of gasoline. Yeah, the whole plant can be used. That grain can be used because that has a starch. That straw is again a liquid cellulosic fiber. That can be used, but the problem is where the land to grow that soft because that will totally a energy drop if you are using for biofuels only. Then yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Sachin. Thank you very much. I think everybody got the answer. We're short of time, so that's why I'm cutting in. But the only thing I know about ethanol is it's C2H5OH, and if all goes well, you drink it. That's all. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice of you to have you over. Very well. We have been joined by three new guests. We'd like to welcome them. A floral welcome. I request Dr. Bedi to present flowers to Dr. R. Sinha from NIT Jalandhar, Department of Mathematics. A big round of applause for sir. We thank you, sir, for having spared your valuable time and coming to our campus, motivating our students and faculty members. We have also been joined by Dr. Satwinder Singh from Central University, Bathinda, and I request Dr. Flora to please present a bouquet to Dr. Satwinder Singh. A big round of applause for sir. We have got an international intern from ISEC from Belarus, and her name is Miss Natalia Miklevich. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm so sorry for that. I request Dr. Manju Bala to please present flowers to her. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Natalia, and we nickname her as Natasha. Thank you, Natasha, for coming to the campus and on a short notice. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move on to the second revered speaker of the day, Dr. Hardeen Flora. And it's my moral duty to introduce her to all of you, and she comes from a different field of study as to what exactly we have been going through since morning. Dr. Hardeen Flora has a rich experience of over 20 years in project management and implementing full software lifecycle using waterfall and agile framework. Dr. Flora brings with her an extensive international experience, having worked with various US federal agencies, which is a big achievement for anybody. And these agencies include Internal Revenue Services, General Services Administration, and US Census as subject matter expert. She has the distinction of proposing Agile Math and M18 Math model and integration of XP, Serum, and Learn for mobile application development, currently working as Director of Operations at Knowledge Academy. It's difficult for me to pronounce the things that she had actually done. So big round of applause for her. I request her to please come up on the stage and deliver the plenary talk.
Hello everyone, thanks Citigroup for giving me the opportunity to speak about Knowledge Academy. I know this is not research related, but what we're going to talk about today about OB certification. So this is about enhancing professional development through certification. So what we're going to talk about is going to help both faculty as well as students here. The history of Knowledge Academy is very interesting. Why? Because this company is a UK-based company which was started in the year 2009, and it was started by a person, by a student who was a student here, a DAV college student. So this person's name is Dilshad Zafir. Dilshad Zafir has done his BCom from DAV college, and then he went to UK to do MBA from University of Lincoln. And he really liked UK, so he settled there. And then in year 2009, he started his own company. So that's Dilshad Dhoti and his wife Barinder Dhoti. So they are the owner of this company. So this is British Indian couple aim to build the Amazon education. So according to CNBC and BBC, this company is rated as #1 largest education provider of the world. So we are providing training to, we have provided training to approximately 100,000 delegates worldwide, and over 2/3 are the returning customers. So we are offering like 20,000 courses, and those courses are either related to project management or IT, or it could be anything. You just name the course and we are offering it. It could be either related to medical also, or sports or music. So we are offering all different kinds of courses. We're giving the certifications, and the certification nowadays is very important because in earlier days, once we are done with the bachelor's, master's, or PhD, we're just done with the education. But now the time has really changed. So if you want to survive in the market, and you have to do the certification. For example, if you're in project management, there are a couple of certifications. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about it, but they're very popular in US and UK. PMP, the project management professional certification, is very important in UK. So if you want to work as a project manager in US, you have to be PMP certified. And same thing goes with Prince 2 also. If you want to work in UK as a project manager, you have to be Prince 2 certified, no matter what degree do you have, whether you have bachelor's, master's, or PhD. And there are a lot of other certifications that are related to security, which Tammy is going to talk. My colleague Tammy, she has come from UK, so she's going to talk about that in detail. I'll just give you the background of the company. So we are providing 300,000 courses, and these are certified training courses, and this we are delivering in approximately 30 countries, over 1,000 locations. So we are very popular in UK, US, Australia, Dubai, and the headquarters is in Birmingham, Berkshire in UK, and there are approximately like 300 employees there, and we have a Jalandhar office also, and currently we are like 60 people. And the revenue of the company is $50 million as of now. So you can see the growth, the way we have progressed in the last 6-7 years. So what are the training methods? These are all possible 4 ways. One is the classroom training, second is the on-site training, third is the e-learning and the virtual training. So e-learning is like the presentation. Virtual training is instructor based, where there's a live instructor. Plus we have classroom trainings. They are like we have permanent locations in US and UK where we have the classroom trainings, and then there is an on-site and in-house training also, where it can be tailor-made also in case if anybody wants to have it change the outline. So worldwide we have 3,000 highly experienced instructors, and they all have a good education background as well as their experience with the real world subject matter. And in UK there are 50 permanent trainers, and in India we have 700 experienced freelancer trainers. So anytime we have an event, there is a training session in anywhere in the world. We have freelancer trainers all over the world, and if for some other reason if they're not available, then we usually send it from India. And if you look at the background, the staff growth, it was started in the year 2009, and it was started with 3 people. It was Dilshad, Barinder, and Tammy, who's here. So it was 3 people who started this company, and in the year 2015 it was 250, and as of now it is 300 in Berkshire. Now, and about the revenue of the company, as of now it is $50 million in the year 2016. About our achievement that has been recognized and featured by the UK media, which includes Times, the Mail, the BBC, CNBC, and CNBC has interviewed the owner, the shop, will pick up a lot of time, which I'm going to show you the shop video. And according to BBC, it is #1 education provider. Purinder and the shop both were here last month, and they were pretty much covered by all the news, local newspaper. So now what they want to do is, they want to build an IT park here in Jamaica, that's their vision, and they want to employ like 5,000 employees. So they are going to start looking for the land, and in future, we are looking to have an IT park here in Jamaica. Right here in Jungle office, we have a lot of, we have like 6 departments: sales and marketing department, event management department, travel and venue department, website development department. Because if you look at the Knowledge Academy website, it is the world's largest e-commerce website also. The reason being is because we are offering 30,000 courses. All of them have, all the courses have 2 or 3 of its pages where it describes about the courses and all their information. And that makes itself as the world's largest e-commerce website. And there's a recruitment department, courseware writing department. So we are always looking for the professionals, the students who has a pretty good background in any subject, whose communication skills are good, either it is verbal or written, because we write a lot of courseware, so we can take help of anybody who's interested. Let me show you the CNBC video real quick. And then I'm going to hand it over to Tammy Moran, and she's going to tell you in detail about the company and all the certifications that we are offering. There's no connectivity here, so I'll ask Tammy Karan to continue.
Hello everybody, and thank you for the invite. Last week I was asked by Dilshad to come across India to help in the office, working with staff, and Harvey invited me here. So again, thank you very much for the invite. My name is Tammy Moran, and I'm the Business Improvement Manager for the Knowledge Academy. I used to work with Dilshad at our previous company, which is actually a competitor company. Alongside him, Varunda, and myself, we started up the company, and I've been there for the last 6 years. I'm currently the longest serving member of staff with the Knowledge Academy, and I've watched the company grow from a small seed and flourishing into hopefully a large oak tree, which would be amazing. At the moment, I currently manage over 60, in fact that's increased this week to 70 employees of the Knowledge Academy. Those departments that I manage are the internal trainers, along with the customer service team and the operational side of the business. So anything that's non-sales related, that isn't anything to do with the marketing side, I manage. So I arrange for all the accreditations for the business. I arrange for the trainers to become accredited and trained in new courses and bring up their learning. I also ensure that the company is up to date with all the accreditations and that we're running along with the rules with all the exam boards. So if there are any problems with exams, everybody comes to me. I've worked in the training industry now for 10 years, and it's been a long 10 years, and this has probably been the longest 6 years of my life, watching the company grow into a massive organisation. At the moment, we're actually the world's leading training provider. We currently train in the UK predominantly. We cover every major city in the UK. We are in the EU at the moment as well, and we're establishing our roots quite widely. USA, we've been in the USA now for 2.5 years. South America, we're just touching base. We've toured in Mexico and some other countries down that way. Canada, we're predominantly teaching Prince 2 along with ITIL. USA, we're teaching PMP along with the ITIL Foundation as well. We are quite getting ourselves established in the UAE as well. A lot of our Indian trainers that we have along here with Carlene's team, they train for us in the UAE. And of course in India, we run courses pretty much across the board in India as well. Asia, we're establishing ourselves in Asia. Carlene herself has taught for us in Singapore this year. And no doubt we'll be sending her out there again at some point this year. Australia is another predominant country that we train again, ITIL, Six Sigma, and Prince 2. New Zealand and many more countries around the world, we're establishing ourselves. As I say, at the moment we are the world leader in the training provider along with all these accreditations. In practice certifications, why do people take these certifications that we provide? Basically, they could be government endorsed, they're widely adapted across the world and in pretty much 100% of corporations. It's a good promotion for an individual within the workplace or if they're sidestepping into another organisation. It also helps more academic people have more qualifications. It's not necessarily because you're not an academic, but it gives you more qualifications and it secures your job roles within new organisations across the world. These are some of the key certifications that we actually offer at the Knowledge Academy. Project Management Institute, which is obviously recognised as the PMP, the project management course that's widely dominant in the USA. Prince 2, which is an excellent product, and it's accredited by an exam organisation called ICS, the British Computing Society. ITIL is also recognised, and that's across the life cycle and capability products. There are approximately 10 courses that fall under the ITIL belt. So anyone that's computer literate and IT help desk literate, that would be their ideal project management type course that they would follow. Your P3O and your MSP are also excellent products, which are also we're accredited with the British Computer Society. Code 5 is also a recognised product, which is an ISACA exam board, and that's also recognised quite widely in the USA, but is now becoming quite common in the UK as well. Here are some of the accreditation and the exam boards that we actually work along with. Myself, I work quite closely with quite a few of these on first name and terms basis with some of the management there. The British Computer Society holds most of the accreditations that we run, which are everything, all of the Excelos products that we run, as well as the ISACA, the ISTQB, the business analysis product. products and all the product management. The open group is TOGAF 5, I'm not too sure, sorry, TOGAF 9, I'm not too sure if any of you are aware of this. This is an American product, again, it's become quite widely used in the UK and the EU. We're bringing it across into India hopefully soon, and once we've got some people that are interested in it, I'm sure we'll be able to develop that back more over here. And then we've got the PMI, the Association in Project Management, which is the APM exam. That currently we're accredited to only deliver in the UK for a public scheduled course. However, if there is a company that would like us to provide the APM examination, which is another examination, we can provide that for companies only across the world. And obviously we're still accredited with Microsoft, so we can deliver any of the Microsoft NCSA and CSA accreditations, along with all of the Office packages. So Excel, Word, any of those courses we can deliver and do one-to-one learning as well as group learning with companies. We also roll out what we call floor walking. If there is a company that's rolling out a new product, if they're transforming from 2010 to 2016 within the office environment, we will then send a trainer in to do the training with the company, and we will also what we call floor walking. So the trainer will stay with the company for over a week, and if the employees have any problems understanding using the new platforms on the new systems, then the trainer is there to help them. So that's some of the work that we actually do with some of our clients. And CompTIA Network, Security and A+, we actually run as well as one of our technical courses. So that's quite widely used in the UK and is very common as well. Courses to pick up on the project management. You have your Prince 2, which is your standard project management course. It shows you the methodology. It's actually our largest and our best-selling course today. Management of risk, management of successful programs, all fall under the same link. The transformation would be that you would initially do Prince 2 and then follow on with some of these courses, which would then broaden your CV and your knowledge in project management. We also have the Agile and the Prince 2 Agile. Prince 2 Agile has been put out there late last year. It's a new product. Excelos have combined pretty much Prince 2 and Agile together. But you have to become a Prince 2 practitioner to enable you to do the Prince Agile course. Scrum Master, we run a 2-day product on this course. It's a great certification that the Knowledge Academy provides. Change management, obviously, is a change within workplace. A lot of government authorities decide to take this course because they have a lot of change within government and change within facilities. And it's to enable the employees to deal with change within there. So they tend to put their senior management through change management. And like I said earlier on, we have the ISO lifecycle capability, which is the information technology infrastructure. So anybody that's technical minded, who's looking to work in the technical field with their company, this would be the perfect opportunity to pick up the whole ISO lifecycle. And again, the PMI, project management professional. Again, all of these are recognized worldwide. So if you're thinking of traveling and working outside of India, they're another opportunity for you to pick up something through CV. The IT security courses, again, as I mentioned, we have the MCSE and MCSA with Microsoft, and again with the Excel, Outlook, and Access projects for Microsoft Office. We also can teach the CISA, CISM, and CISSP. These are all security courses, something that I'm not an expert in, but we have lots of experts within the company that are certificated to deliver these courses. And again, we have the Competency Security Plus, Network Plus, and A+. Oracle is something that we're picking up and started this year as something new that we're bringing on board with ourselves. Citrix, we deliver the CCNA courses, the CCN Security. These are two courses that we, again, are bringing on board with our technical front. VMware is something quite new to us, and we're looking to bring that on board once we can get our trainers set up and ready to go with the delivery. We have a lot of business analysis track courses. These are followed by the BCS, the British Computer Society, and these all pretty much, they are what they are in the transformation of the title here. You have a business analysis and commercial awareness, a business analysis practice, modern business processes, and requirements engineering. So if any of you are literate in any analysis and you're interested in picking that up, that's something that we can offer to you as well. We have a lot of software testing and the advanced test manager certifications. These are actually an ICSETI accreditation. They work alongside the BCS, and it's quite an established accreditation. Again, we're looking to bring that out into the USA. And I believe there is the Indian testing board that we're going to be looking to work along with in the future as well. These are the processes and soft skills courses. Six Sigma is one of our biggest sellers after Prince 2. We deliver the yellow, green, and the black belts. We can do the yellow and green belt in 3 days or 5 days. We also run the black belt course in a 5-day course. This is an ideal course for anybody working in industries that require processes and implementation of methodology and processes. Again, we have communication skills and introduction to project management, the telephone techniques, finance and non-financial managers, presentation skills, and benefits management. These are what we call soft skills courses that can help everybody in the real life environment within the workplace. Our most popular course, as I said again, is Prince 2. And the basic structure of Prince 2 is a globally recognised methodology. It can be applied to any project and organisation in any country. The methodology rotates around 7 principles. These principles are adhered to through application of 7 themes and 7 processes. The entire project is dissected into smaller manageable sections called stages. Each stage is driven by a business case and controlled by a plan and tolerances. At the end of each stage, the project manager provides feedback to the project board, enabling the board to decide if the project should continue. This is the stage boundary. Stage boundaries provide an opportunity to review lessons learned throughout the stage, and I'm pretty sure anybody that's dealt with the project in the past, there are lots of lessons to be learned. The project requires an organisational structure to enable the control to be applied to the levels of the management, known as the management by exception. This is where your nearest Prince 2 course will be, Chandra. And of course, if there's anybody that's interested in the Prince 2 course locally, I'm sure if you speak to Harleen, we may be able to arrange something for anybody that's interested in that. Having qualifications, having career, knowledge of best practice, industry-specific knowledge, transferable skills, recognised qualifications, and mandatory for international work. And as I always say, if you work hard, you can play hard and enjoy life. So it's really important to have as many qualifications that you can carry across into your skill set. And again, thank you very much for having me here, and we'll be having questions. And again, if anyone's interested, our email address and the contact number are up there for you to do that. Thank you.
Tammy, I have a question. Well, these courses basically may help people who want to go towards industrial setup, right?
Yeah.
But do we have something for the faculty in case they need to be in academics, for the academics part, I'm asking?
Yeah, as I said previously, we can teach and we can do that any course everybody wants. We deliver the best class. So if there's something out there,
Can you
sorry, if there's something out there that somebody is interested in, find somebody that's able to teach the course. We have a course writing team that can write the course, designed for any specific needs for any faculty member. We do a lot of training. Our highly qualified trainers will set out and they can train trainers to teach courses and help them understand the best way and the methods of teaching in different scenarios. So any course that anybody's interested in, I'm sure that we can find something and we can find something to teach that course.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And with this, we come to the end of the plenary sessions for the second day in the auditorium. After this, we'll be having the technical sessions at various venues of the 5 tracks that we have. The first 2 tracks being for engineering, and then the next tracks being for management education, and the following tracks for tourism and for biosciences at respective venues. The help desk outside can guide you to the various venues. Immediately after this session, we'll be starting off with the technical sessions, the paper presentation at the various venues. Ladies and gentlemen, we are really thankful to all our distinguished speakers who have come to our campus and have spoken to the faculty. They've shared their thoughts, they have shared their ideas, they've shared their knowledge with all of us. We are really grateful, we are really privileged, and we are honored at the same time for having all these revered speakers, and they have done the deliberations that they were required to do at the campus. Let's give them a big Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to honor the revered speakers, our guests who have come to us, and for which I'd like to request Dr. Flora, Dr. P.S. Bedi to please come up on the stage. Dr. Berry, please come up on the stage for welcoming, or rather doing the honors, giving a token of love, a token of appreciation. We don't have the Mr. Nadeep Thind. I suppose he's gone outside. Principal CTIHS, ma'am, please come up on the stage. Thank you. Dr. Seema Arora, Principal, CT Institute of Higher Studies. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, put your hands together. I'd like to request Dr. Sachin Kumar, Deputy Director and Scientist, Sardar Swaran Singh, National Institute of Bioenergy, Kabutha, to please and up on the stage. I like for a small donation from the CT family, the CT group of institutions. Let's put our hands together for Pam as well. Now I'd like to request Dr. B. Patnaik, Director CEC, to please come up on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Dr. B. Patnaik, and we are really thankful to sir for having spared his valuable time and coming to the campus. Dr. B. Patnaik, Director CEC, and we are really privileged to have you, sir, over here as a session chair. Let's give sir a big round of applause. Now I'd like to request Dr. R.R. Sinha, NIT Jalandhar, Department of Mathematics, to please come up on the stage. He's one of our session chairs for the paper presentation. Let's put our hands together for Dr. R.R. Sinha. Dr. R.R. Sinha from National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar, from the Department of Mathematics. Let's put our hands together to sir as well. Now I'd like to request Dr. Satvinder Singh, Central University Bathinda, to please come up on the stage for a small token of appreciation from our side. Let's put our hands together for Dr. Satvinder Singh from Central University Bathinda. We thank sir for coming to the campus and being a session chair in the international conference. Next, I'd like to call Dr. S.S. Dhammi from NITTR Chandigarh. Dr. S.S. Dhammi from NITTR Chandigarh. We are really thankful to sir for having spared his time and coming to the campus and being the session chair for one of the tracks. Yes. Dr. S.S. Dhammi from NITTR Chandigarh. I'd like to request Dr. Upendra Jain, Principal, College of Pharmacy, Chandigarh, to please come up on the stage for a small token of appreciation from our side. We are thankful to you, sir, for having spared your valuable time and being a session chair for one of the tracks. Up next, we move on to our international guests, Ms. Tammy Moran. Ms. Tammy Moran, if you can just please come up on the stage. And once again, we are really thankful to her for coming to the campus and speaking to all of us. Let's give her a big, big round of applause. Ms. Tammy Moran, we are really thankful to you for coming to the campus and speaking to all of us. And now we move on to Ms. Natalia. Ms. Natalia, if you can just come up on the stage. And we are really thankful to her as well because she made it to the campus at a very, very short notice. And it is a real privilege to have her over here. She's an intern from the ICSET from a very distant country of Belarus. So let's put our hands together for Natalia as well. Thank you very much. With this, we end with the honoring ceremony for our various guests. Now, ladies and gentlemen, immediately after this session, this plenary talk session, we'll be commencing on with the technical sessions of various venues. And all of the paper presenters, delegates, and everybody is requested to report to the various venues where your track is going on. So kindly report to these particular venues for the paper presentations and other deliberations. For help, you can obviously contact the help desk center outside. And in case of any queries, our faculty would be available for helping you, to guiding you to the various venues. With this, we come to the end of the plenary session for day 2. Thank you very much, and hope you enjoy your stay at Citigroup of Institutions. Thank you very much.